have a plan for a farm today. That's right. I really want to get the sheep farm automation thing set up that I really wanted to do right from the beginning, because I kind of want a multi-wool color farm, and maybe you sell the wool. I don't know. It's an idea to have all the different colors, all 16 colors of sheep, and have them all automated and shearing and gathering all the wool from them. I think that'd be kind of awesome and quite a nice farm for a server that really enjoys building. So let's get on with today. First things first, we need a rather large area. We also are going to need some grass, and I unfortunately don't have silk touch. So getting grass down here is going to be a matter of, I guess, pillaring up until we reach grass, and then hopefully letting it grow from there. I think that's going to be our only option, and while we expand the rest of this out, it'll allow us to get some grass down here. So we definitely should be able to reach out here and get some grass. It's, like I said, just going to take a little bit of time. So there we go. Perfect. There is some grass, and we should be able to bring this down. I'm just going to have to knock this down and also make sure I have some torches handy, because grass will not grow if it is too dark. So I'm also going to need a little bit larger of an area. And currently right here, we do have to keep in mind that I think just slightly into this is where our mine is. So we do need to keep that in mind. And the pun is not intended there either. But anyways, we need to kind of build this out. And I kind of have a plan to have a row here of like 8. We have a row of 8 and then another row of 8 on the other side, maybe. Or we can do let's see, like 6. Well, that would leave us with 4, so maybe do like 7 and then have 2 on the end. I don't know. I think I'm going to stick with 8. That'd probably be the easiest for me to automate and also get the wool into a storage system as well, so we have it all automated. But to do that, every single sheep that's going to be automated needs to be on a grass base that is very similar to this. So pretty much a 3x3 plot for each sheep. So that gives us a good amount of reference to know how far we have to go back and how much room we're actually going to need. And I'm also going to want probably bigger than a 3x3 spot here. So we might go out to 5. So if I can go out here, then that'll give us a nice large room area. And then eventually, as you can see, here's some of this, but we can cover that up. And then eventually we might put a door here that kind of makes us secretive, so nobody knows where my automated sheep farm setup's at. So here recently, I actually went to a cave, actually in the, with my family, and we went there, and there was lights they had placed up into the caverns, and I thought that was just really cool. So we have these lights up here, but I want to cover them up, and I think this is going to look really good. Right here is going to be where our sheep are at, and they're going to be nice and enclosed, but I want the area around them to also look good. So we have these kind of caverny looking things, and these lights that are going to accent the big stalactites. That's what they would be called if they're stuck to the roof. And the ones on their bottom are stalagmites. So we're going to need to grab a few things. I want to actually use oak, or place blocks there. I think I have a little bit of, I am completely out of oak. So you know what? We could completely cover them. I'm pretty sure these trapdoors are going to completely cover them light-wise, because, these still should be a transparent block, right? Even though they're not the exact thing that I want to use. We kind of build up here. And let's just see. If I place this here, oh, it still shows up. I kind of like that. I kind of like that color, actually. And it kind of conceals. I want the light to not look like it's actually there. And I want this to sort of replace the light. Because torches just, they don't look that great. Just, all over the place. They kind of want to cover some of them up at least. After all of that, I think it's going to look pretty good. We're going to cover this thing with leaves. Of course, leaves always make things look better, especially in an underground area. It's going to, when we have sort of this like jungly overgrown vibe already in our base, it's definitely going to look good in here. Now, when it comes to kind of hollowing out the area, you kind of seen how there was already a cave here, so it made it really nice that I could just kind of follow where the cave was. And you want areas that are taller than other areas. That kind of gives it that more open feeling and makes it feel more natural and less like I just actually went around here randomly with my pickaxe and just knocked a bunch of holes in the wall, which is exactly what I did. But you don't want anyone else to know that. So after getting all of this grass grown, it took a long time. I'm not gonna play. I'm talking, it took about 3.5 to 4 hours in real time for this to extend down here. Of course, in that time, I did go ahead and get some other things done. As you can see in here, it does look kind of pretty. We'll talk about that here in a second. I am going to need to I'm gonna just get rid of this because we no longer need this. We have grass in our base. So we should be able to easily extend grass pretty much at any time we need to get it anywhere else in the base, but this is the main place that absolutely needed it. So what am I going to do here? Well, I have my marker placed right here. So this is where our first sheep is going to go. It's going to be spaced with glass, and then we're going to have another sheep directly next to it. And it's going to run all the way down here to about this area, and then this is all going to be open space. Just to kind of look good in the background where all the work is going to be done here. And we don't need much room. So in this chest is everything I need to get this to work. Except a couple of things. There's iron. I almost forgot that I need a bunch of iron. And probably another crafting table, of course. That is something that I'm probably going to need. So we're going to need a bunch more iron, as we're going to have to craft up a bunch of carts. And I'm going to explain how that's going to work. But let's go ahead for now and make this whole place look ugly by placing a random crafting table in the room. We're gonna need about 48 hoppers as well, and that's because we're gonna need 2 hoppers extending, and we're also gonna need a hopper that is gonna be converted into a hopper minecart. We also need to make at least 1 track, right? And I think that also involves, or we probably have one, just a random track. Yeah, we have a rail. So yeah, we need 1 rail. And we're almost done. Other than the sheep, we're pretty much ready to go. What I'm going to do is talk a little bit about how to get our observers set up working with our dispenser. That's going to be probably our main setup. So what do we need to do with this? Well, it's actually going to be back in the wall, kind of hidden a little bit. And we're going to just set this up all the way around. And the observer is going to be facing this block. It actually needs to be placed the opposite direction, which is kind of hard to get placed. Let's go ahead and get a dirt block again. And we'll try and place this that way. Of course it doesn't work. So yeah, we're going to need to get it back into this wall. We'll probably do a bit of mining to get this back here. But it needs to be placed like this. Just like that. It needs to be observing this block right here, because this block is very important. And then directly behind it, we're going to have another block, because that's going to be powered. And then that will power this redstone block, which will in turn power our dispenser, which will be shearing our sheep. So very clean setup, as this is all hidden in the wall, and there's not much to worry about. But I am going to basically need to get back into pretty much every single one of these areas here. So I might as well just remove this entire wall here. So with everything in place and we have our dispensers ready to go, these guys are locked and loaded, we need to sort of adjust how this block is going to work. And this is going to require a little bit of digging here, pretty much for all of them, as this can get a little bit more complicated. So what do we need right here? Well, we need a block that is placed here that is solid, doesn't really matter. And we're going to need a dirt block as well. Everything else will be surrounded by glass. We're also going to need a rail. The rail will go here. And right above it will be a block. Down below, we're going to have a hopper minecart, as we need some way to collect items, and this is the best way to do it. Place the hopper minecart right there, and then you can go ahead and crouch down. Makes it super easy. Just break that rail, and what we're going to do is we're going to move a block into a block. It's not that hard of a concept, as it's been used a lot. I'm sure you've seen this before. We're going to basically push a block into an entity. Very simple. Bam. It's done. And now we have a hopper cart stuck in a single block. You don't have to do this, but I find that it works a lot better than having just the cart down below, because it means we can access our chests a little bit easier. And what we're going to do for the chest is we're going to have it going out one block, but we still need to get under here. So I'm going to mine a little bit out. Probably going to have a whole system down here. You don't want that to happen, the rail cart to come out. That's because I think I'm going to need to place the hopper first, and that's kind of what I forgot to do. So let's go ahead and get ourselves a chest. That can kind of go here. The chest does go one block down, just like that. And that way I can kind of sort each color for right now. Later on we might change how this works. But you can see right here, we're going to place that. And now I can get the hopper minecart situation set up a little bit better. Everything should have went in here. And still, it's the same process. We take the rail, place it there with the hopper minecart. I bet the hopper minecart is going to be expensive, but good thing I have a lot of iron. I farmed iron specifically for this way in advance. Wow, that grass turned really quick. So exactly the same situation. Piston. Voila. And we got to remove the rail. Almost forgot. Can't do nothing without that rail moved. There we go. It's a little bit harder to break this, but there we go. And complete. Okay. And yeah, this whole system is pretty much done. The only thing we need to do is make sure to get our grass back here. And then we're going to cover this with glass. It's very, very simple to do. This is, I mean, we're going to cover this with glass. This is going to hold the sheep in, for one thing. And it needs to be glass because you need to be able to let the blocks around it have access to light. I don't think like light specifically matters like up here, but it definitely matters at like having torches nearby. So we'll probably have torches on the walls and stuff here. There's definitely gonna be things that are gonna help keep these things lit up. With the way this is looking now, I think we're just about ready to get our sheep in. Now I do, however, need to get 16 shears. Yeah, I think I probably should clear out most of my inventory, just kind of dump it into a chest for now. Just because that is going to be awful if I don't. Yeah, as we're going to need 16 shears here. This is probably going to take a little bit of time. Probably not as much time as everything else took, as these guys just really push themselves out, which is kind of nice, actually. And we might be able to do 2 at a time. Yeah, look at that. We grabbed 2. We're going to have to take these guys all the way down, but using leads makes it so much easier. Quit eating grass. Come on. You'll have all the grass in the world when we get down here and you guys get into your lovely farm. The lovely non-cutting your wool off all the time farm. I promise. Maybe. With these guys in here, we can probably just, you know, let one of them go at least. I'll try to bring them in like this. Get them as close as I can. And like if that one just walked into the stall, we're gonna need to make sure that they can't jump up here. There definitely needs to be a piece of glass up in between each one of these, just to make sure they can't do that. I'm glad I seen that sheep do that. Otherwise, I would have had sheep everywhere. So yeah, we'll get this person, this one right here, the sheepy, pushed into this hole. Should work out pretty well. We'll pull the lead off. The lead went into the hopper, of course. And we're good to go. So we can take the lead back out. And this sheep is forever trapped in here. You, however, need to come with me. How about you? You can be in this stall. It doesn't really matter. Just as long as you're in a nice place. Perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all these guys going. And then I'm going to just be on the top. And then we're going to go in order of all the colors. And we're going to dye them. That's going to be the funnest part. Look at that. It's already working. Already shearing this guy. How crazy is that? And here we go. Getting our last sheep rolled in just like this. And hopefully this one doesn't decide to turn on me and pathfind and then make it hard for me to get it into the hole. Come on. There you go. Perfect. Nice. Okay. So we have everything. And of course, right now they're just being sheared a bunch of, we're just getting a bunch of white wool, basically. A lot of white wool, actually. And we need to get this organized, right? And we want these all different colors. White is one of the colors, of course. And we kind of want these in order. I don't know. Is there an order? Does Minecraft have an order? I think it does. I might have to look that up. But I do want these guys to sort of be in order. The only color I don't have is black dye. Why do I not have black dye? Well, I have actually, between waiting for everything, have been hunting for squid, and for some reason squid is just not spawning. I have no idea, but I haven't encountered any squid. I've went to river biomes, no squid. I don't know. I had one black dye. I used it to turn it into gray dye. Now I have no black dye, and I think that's, I don't know, we're just gonna have to wait for that one. But anyways, we'll just have 2 of them that are producing white wool for right now until I can manage to get that black dye. Because it's very important. It's very important. I think it's probably one of the best building colors to have in your wool arsenal. But man, I just can't find any. So what I'll do for right now is I'll just sort of leave the white ones in the front and the black one over here. And then we'll fill all the rest with all the different colors. I sort of have these sorted in the best way I know how. And I'm wondering, do these things have to have wool on them in order for us to change their color? Oh no. I think so. I think they have to have wool on them in order for us to change their color. Oh boy. I'm going to have to shut every single one of these off. So while I was waiting, I actually went upstairs, and right in the water, right on the edge, was some squid. So I ended up getting at least 1 black dye from there. I was actually kind of worried I was going to get none after killing the first 2, and ended up with just 1 dye after that. So I'm still going to go with the same idea. All of this is going to be in the middle. We're going to leave this one white. All of these are going to be colored now. You can see they're all ready to go. So red, perfect. Swap over to green. And then we'll do purple. Cyan. All right, this one's going to be the gray. Or is it light gray? Light gray. This one's going to be the gray. Then we have pink. Then we go back over here. I'm going to continue from pink to the lime dye. Then yellow. Hope I'm not missing any colors. Light blue. Magenta. Orange, one of my favorite colors, by the way, if you didn't already know. Then blue. Then brown. And then black. Perfect. Now we have every color of sheep ready to be sheared. Pretty much, we're done. We're just about done. The only thing I would like to do is actually cap off the top. This may seem, well, I might not be able to cap off the top. Oh, that's right, because of their height. That is right. So what I normally do is place a trap door on the top, and just like the trap doors that we put everywhere else, these should fit right in. So I normally put a trap door. Why? I guess it doesn't really matter. I don't know. Because I don't want anybody touching them. I have no idea. But I tend to like to put a trap door here. Just so like a zombie or something doesn't actually get in here. Say something does have the ability to get in here. I don't want them accidentally falling in. That's usually why I put one in here. So now all we got to do is remove all of the redstone. So that way this functions properly. Fill the hole back in and we're good to go. Also, change FOV to my normal settings. I had, of course, before I broke all this, I had to get a beautiful screenshot, of course. And all is ready to go. Now, I do want to make sure to fill this and potentially light the back. I don't know. I just need to fill these holes for sure. I will end up with mob spawning if I don't. But other than that, yeah, I think we're good. I think we're golden. I would actually like to put kind of bushes and stuff in here when I get them. I plan on kind of having something, but you can't place anything above these solid glass blocks, or at least normally I wouldn't, as it does help promote the growth of this center block. Like if you put slabs up here, I don't think that that's going to work the same or work as fast. I don't know, it might not work that fast at all because we don't have direct sunlight going into here, but you can see we're already getting different color wool. I'm going to probably take all the white wool out of here just so we can eventually see how much we're actually getting. But we should have quite a bit. And this is looking pretty fantastic. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also give this video, guys, a huge thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. I can't wait to see you guys in the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching.